folks, so today, a couple of things and just a short video because I'm literally moving house in about 3 or 4 days next week. But a couple of things. I want to test the product placement autofocus, so we're going to do that as a live test. And I've got 3 really handy things that I think are good for the XM5. Some really fairly cheap accessories that I picked up, and I'll link them in the description. So let's start with the first accessory. Now, you'll probably know that the hot shoe on the camera doesn't come with a cover. So I found that SmallRig actually produce a hot shoe cover. A little bit slow to pick it up there, but small objects, it does seem to have problems. But once we've got it picked up, it's pretty good. And I've got a close focusing lens. I'm on the Sigma 18 to 50mm f2.8, which has got very good close focusing. So you should be able to see plenty of detail there on the subject that we're focusing on. So that is like a hot shoe cover. It's made of metal by SmallRig. I think it cost about £10. And it looks very attractive, especially it works with the silver or the black. I've tried it on both. And it works with either XM5. Now, the next thing is I'm currently shooting on the DJI Mic Mini. You can probably hear me ruffling it here. It's tiny. There it is. It's minute. And it's pretty much as good as the audio I've been using, but I got it for its longer battery life and its super compact size. But in a pinch, sometimes you don't have a mic with you, or you just want to quickly record on the go. So here's the SmallRig Windshield. I'm just going to put it up there. Now, sometimes I've found that the product placement with objects like this, it's a bit difficult for it to find it. And if I hold it with 2 hands, it finds it. And then once it's got it, it's all right. I think there's definitely room for improvement with it. But once it has locked on, you know, you can get some good detail with it. But it definitely has a little bit of trouble there initially picking it up unless I give it something. I pull, and it's because it's just like the type of shape it is. But this is a SmallRig windshield. Again, pops into the hot shoe and is fairly effective in light to moderate wind, in reducing your wind noise, and lets you use the onboard mic quite effectively. It's not even designed for this camera, but it works really well. And then you can see once the autofocus is locked on, very nice. But I think, you know, there's room for improvement in the product placement. Now, last item, this should be a lot easier for the autofocus to lock onto as well, is batteries. Now, I'm a fan of aftermarket batteries, but sometimes people are a bit worried about charging batteries in the camera that are not genuine Fuji ones. So recently you've got batteries like this come out, which is the, well, I've got that right way around. Yeah, I think that's locked on the focus there. This is the KNF concept, and you can see that it's got USB-C at the top. And you can plug in and charge that from a standard phone charger. So it's quite an advantage to have something like that you can actually have a power bank with you if you're traveling, or you can just charge it at home. And it's, from what I've seen, it's pretty much as good as the original battery. It's slightly lower capacity, but I've certainly had no trouble. And I've used aftermarket batteries in my cameras for a number of years. What I do is I tend to do research and use ones that are well recommended. I don't use like complete no-name brands, and I don't buy the cheapest batteries. And KNF Concept is a pretty well-known manufacturer these days, as is SmallRig. They do batteries too. And indeed, I've got a SmallRig battery for my XS20, which is again rechargeable. And these USB-C rechargeable batteries are great because you don't need a charger. You could just charge them straight up. So that's the 3 items that I thought would be really handy and useful for you to get. I'm going to link them all in the description. KNF Concept is the most expensive. The batteries, you get 2 for £29, which I think is really good value. And the other two items are about £10 each, and again, linked below. Now, first impressions of the autofocus. I think once it grabs the subject, it's really good. It seems to lock on and I can push it closer. I think sometimes it does struggle to pick up the product. I don't think I've seen anybody test the product placed autofocus. I think there's room for improvement because I had my Sony ZV-1. It was better. So I think definitely there's room for improvement on product placement there. In fact, I'll have to do a test on zone autofocus, because equally you could just have zone autofocus set up and make sure that you plonk the product in the zone. I mean, let's just try that one more time. So we do the autofocus test. Let's do each object so you can just have another review of them. And we've got the battery. See, it's got it straight away that time. We can rotate it round so you can see what it is. And then we're going to do the windshield, which again, got it straight away that time. Nice close focusing there on the lens. And again, we're going to product place that. And I think if you put it up with two hands, it's more accurate. And then you can go to one once it's got it, it's all right. It seems when I put it up with just a single hand, it's a little bit more reluctant to get it. See there? And then once it's got it, it's got it. So there's a bit of a problem with it. But as long as you know how to do the product and you just present it like that, it's going to get it every time. So as long as you present the product with two hands, it seems more accurate. So there's some minor issues. I think they could be tweaked. What I would like to see as well is I am in the vlogging mode on the camera. I would like to see the vlogging mode as something that could be activated in any mode the camera's in instead of just the vlog dial. I would like to see product placement as an option I can switch on again in any mode, because it's limited to vlog mode at the minute. And I would like to see maybe some settings to tweak its sensitivity, because clearly there are some issues with the vlog, with the product placement. It's accurate, but it has problems picking things up. But the workaround is if you hold it with both hands and present it, it will pick it up pretty much every time you use the scene. So I hope you find those products useful, those little items. I think they're very good things that you can get to start you off with your X-M5. And in fact, they would the Hotshoe cover and the batteries will work with any Fuji camera that supports that battery. And of course, you can put this Hotshoe cover in any Fuji camera. It looks very attractive, and it's got I'll tell you one thing I didn't show you. It's got a rubber cover on the bottom, which protects the metal electrical contacts in the Hotshoe, so they're not going to short out. So it's really good quality, really well made. So if you got value from the video and you enjoyed it, please do remember to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. If you've watched the end so far, I'm still surrounded by boxes, but I do have a move date. So there's not likely to be much of a video other than me maybe uploading something on my phone about me moving house. But I'm literally moving house next week. Unless something catastrophic goes wrong, it cancels the move date. We've got an agreed what's called a completion date here in the UK. We're just waiting to do something called exchange of contracts, and then everything's set to move, removal van hired, etc. So it's going to be all hands to the pumps next week for hectic move. Only camera I'll have out is the little X-M5 because it's super portable, maybe to get some pictures of the move. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed that and catch you all later. Bye.